So we have a new goal. What is our new goal? What are we collecting? I've got more kids than this. What are we collecting? Laundry detergent, and I have some more goals for us. So, treasure box. 20 gets us sports team day. 30, treasure box. 40, crazy socks. 50, treasure box. 60, beach day. 70, treasure box. 80, grandparents day. You have to dress up like grandparents. 90 is treasure box. And when we collect 100 bottles of laundry detergent, what do we get? Ice cream party! Yay! So where are we at? I know you guys have been bringing them in, but I haven't been able. I think we're at like 4 or 5. So bring them in, but let me know when you're bringing them in so I can keep track, okay? So we can get all the way up to orange. We're in the purple right now. All right, let's come on over here. All right. So when I say the word trust, what comes to mind? Okay, so if you tell somebody something important or private, you expect that, you trust them not to spread it. We put our trust in a lot of things. When you're hungry and you go into the refrigerator, you trust that your mom has stocked it with food, right? Or when you get in the car to go to school, you trust that your car is not going to fall apart at 65 miles an hour, right? We're not playing with it. I'm playing with it. Sit over here. When you go to sit down, you trust that the chair is not going to fall, that it's going to lift you up, right? Let's see, what else? When you're dropped off at school, you trust that your mom or dad's going to pick you up, right? Yeah? Have you ever had to wait a while for your parents to pick you up and they were kind of running late?
Every day.
I know, your dad never picks you up, does he? Have they ever been so late that you begin to start to wonder if they're gonna pick you up? Start getting scared? All right, guys. I don't need any more comments from the Rumba boys, all right? This is backfiring on me. You start to get a little scared, don't you? You might start wondering, oh my goodness, did I finally make so many bad choices that they just said enough with parenting and they just left me here? Or maybe you get a little scared that what if they were in a car accident? What if something happened to them? You know why you get scared? It's because you trust your parents to pick you up, and now it's disappeared because they're not there like they should be. And you get worried if they will ever pick you up. All of us know in the back of our minds that, yes, our parents are going to be there. They're just running late. But then your mind starts to wonder, and your trust in them gets a little shaky, right? Every day there are hundreds of things we put our trust in. So let me ask you something. Why do you trust your parents? Did you perform a background check on them? Did you collect a bunch of references from people that could tell you that you should trust them? What about, did you interview them to make sure that they were trustworthy? Why do you trust them? What do you think? Why do you trust your mom and dad, Elena? Because they've proven that they can be trustworthy, right? When you were a baby, they kept you alive, didn't they?
So far.
I mean, you've stayed alive this far, right? They make sure that you're fed. They make sure you're clothed. They take care of you. They've proven that they can be trustworthy. Please stop. You trust your parents to take care of you because they've taken care of you for a long time. I'm going to talk about a couple, a mom and dad, that did not have a baby yet, but they were promised that they would have a baby. God told Abraham that I'm going to give you a child, and I'm going to give you enough heirs that is more than the stars in the sky. Now let me tell you about Abraham when he told him this. He was 90. That's pretty old. Can you imagine someone at 90 having a baby? When he told his wife, who was 90, she said, "You crazy." And they waited, and they waited, and they waited, and their trust in God began to get a little shaky. Just like your trust in if your parents would pick you up, it gets a little shaky, but you know back in the back of your mind, they're going to come pick you up. And that's the way Abraham and Sarah were. They said, their trust got a little shaky, but then they came back and they said, no, we know that God is going to give us this baby, and he eventually did, and God's promises were revealed. Sometimes we have to wait a little bit. And we have to put our trust in God while we wait. And God makes us wait a lot. Why do you think? Why do you think he just doesn't give it to us right then? It builds our trust, right? And sometimes it's just not, the time isn't right. It has to, kind of like a cake, right? When you're baking a cake, if you pulled it out too soon, it wouldn't be done. It wouldn't be ready. It wouldn't be as good. So you have to wait a little bit. In those times of waiting, while our trust is getting a little shaky, we need to follow those that trust us, that we trust, to help us keep our faith. Who are some people that we trust that we could follow and imitate while we are in that waiting period? Our parents, our teachers, our friends, our church members. While we are imitating them and following them and trusting them, God is molding our heart to be more like him. So in those times that our trust gets a little shaky, God is molding us to be more like him. You just have to wait. Are you ready to pray? Yeah? Okay. We're gonna pray. You can hold that while we pray. Ready? God, in our waiting periods, I pray that you give us people that we can imitate and follow. I pray that even though our trust gets a little shaky, it does not diminish. I pray that you continue to mold our hearts as we trust in you and you build our faith. In your name I pray. Amen.